Welcome, everybody. My name is Joshua Denne. Honor and privilege of hosting today's training. Forgive me, I'm pulled over on the side of the road here. I'm going to hand this off here to my colleague and the EVP of Field Marketing, Mr. Troy Kearl. But I'll let you know that we have an amazing week ahead of us. Exciting times. One thing I want to make sure everyone understands is not to worry. Don't get stressed. You know, the reason we do these, doing everything pre-launch and the incentives and all the great stuff that's in store for you now is so we can work out all the bugs. So when we do go live and we do actually are official to the world, there's no hiccups and there's no challenges. It's minimized as much as possible. So I always want to reiterate that and remind people, you're part of a very exclusive team. The early adopters, the people who help with the initiation of any enterprise or any new endeavor, always experience, the early challenges. And that's why there's such a tremendous incentive in the alpha pool that's available. And also, if you've ever been early, I know most of you that are here are significant leaders in your various professions and are well aware of how this works. So first, we have a world-class team that is working for you, working to help you achieve your goals, helping you to get from where you are to where you want to go with our operation. So very important to understand how that works and understand that you do have a tremendous amount of support. And one of those individuals that is at your support who's going to start covering some of the updates on and some of the things to understand and where to go right now is Mr. Troy Kearl. We also have Mr. Larry Beck, our EVP of Technology, who's going to be walking us through a tutorial on the process of how to enroll someone, how to upgrade yourself. So, and we'll explain the feature. He just added some pretty cool, benefits and features to the website. And so stay tuned for that. And at this point, what I want to do is hand it over to Mr. Troy Kearl to kick us off and kind of go through some of the updates, what to expect, what to understand, what's important now. So, we can have a very successful week. So, Mr. Troy Kearl, I'll hand it off to you.
Excellent. Welcome, everybody. I am super excited. Some of you may be wondering why I'm wearing this jersey on a corporate call. One, it's game day, and I'm a huge college football fan. And this is my team, the Utah Utes. Go Utes. But I also want to kind of use a sports analogy today because, we're all on the field. And you guys that are on this call are captains of the team. And the captains always have extra responsibility, and that's to know the plays, to motivate the players, to get things going. And, it may be game day here for college football, but we have actually game month, which is awesome because game month, we knew going into this, we wanted to take the pressure off of you. And that we wanted to make it, 30 days. We knew that there'd be some challenges in the beginning. This is not a health product. This is not a physical product. This is a technology company and a technology product. So there's always challenges with software and technology. We're 3 days in to lock your spot of our 30-day lock your spot period. So we have game month. We've identified a couple of things, a couple of challenges that were on the tech side that, we anticipated having. And that's why we have this, again, to reiterate what Josh said, that's why we have the alpha phase of the company. And as the captains of the team on the field, we're going to rely heavily on you guys to disseminate the messages that we are giving on these trainings to the people in your teams, to make sure that they're staying motivated, to make sure they're staying excited, because this is an exciting time. I mean, the more and more news I read, and we have a corporate group that we talk in and post all kinds of articles in, and it seems like more than once a day, we have articles about, big tech doing things that they shouldn't be doing with your privacy and with your personal information. We have a lot of new, I know Angel may have posted this in the group, Cardano, our partner, our very strategic partner, has announced some very exciting things. And it's one of the reasons we've fostered this relationship over the last 4 years. It's the most robust, in our opinion, blockchain to do what we need to do to make things happen. So we're super excited about that. We're super excited that we have a 30-day game in front of us, and that we treat it as such. And so with that, I want to give some updates of what's happened this week at the company. We've had a lot of things happen. We have a new presentation, and if you haven't looked at your MyMetaShop.com website, there's a new video recorded by Chris with a completely new deck, a completely new overview of the company. I think it's very clear. I think it tells, Chris is a very academic guy, and some of the previous overviews have been very academic. We've kind of toned that down a little bit because, as I go and talk to people out and about, a lot of people don't even know what blockchain is. So we have a lot better setup in the presentation. We have a lot clearer message, I think. And so I'm very excited about the new presentation. Also on those lines with presentations, I will be recording a presentation this week. Josh will be recording a presentation. Cheryl Goodman, our Chief Innovation Officer, will give a female voice, and we'll have a female voice too, and persona with our presentations. So we're very excited about that. Those will be available and probably rotated on the MyMetaShop websites, if not side by side, and let people choose who they want to hear from. Those will also be loaded into Rapid Funnel as we continue to finish our integration with them. I'm anticipating, Josh, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm anticipating Rapid Funnel in the next 2 weeks. So you'll be able to fire off these presentations with different voices to the people to your prospects, to your high-level prospects that you think would be able to participate in this alpha phase and then the beta phase. Remember, in alpha, there's going to be things that come up. There's going to be things that you see, and we are counting on it, actually. And we are very appreciative of you guys as early adopters, because that's, in any software company, in any technology company, there's always an alpha and a beta phase. And that is to make sure that it is the easiest and best user experience for your customers, for your teams, and for your prospects. And so thank you for giving us the feedback. We really need the feedback. If we're not hearing from you, we're not going to know, to make this experience better. So, and I can't even to continue the football and college analogy. We have the best coaches on the sideline, the leaders in this company. I've been in technology and I've been in direct sales for 30 plus years. I've never, and I worked at Apple Computer. I've never been around a team that is more willing and more capable. That's more important. More capable of understanding the problems, foreseeing challenges ahead, and solving those challenges as rapidly as possible. And one of those people is Larry Beck, who's on today and is going to go through some things with us. The other one is David Hartung. David's official start date was yesterday, but you guys have been hearing from him for weeks because he believes in this mission. He believes in what we're doing here, and he is, as an ex-Marine, he gets things done. That guy is an amazing guy. I've had the privilege to, get to know him over the last few days. I went to lunch with him yesterday. He's just a phenomenal human being, and he's passionate about this message. He's passionate. He was very comfortable where he was before, and he's so passionate about what we're doing. He left a really cushy, awesome position to come to a startup And I couldn't think of a better person to go to battle with than Mr. David Hartung and Larry Beck and Chris and Josh and Cheryl and Jeff Swerk, just and Mr. Wendell and Ron. I mean, we just have a phenomenal coaching staff on our sideline and team to go to battle with and generals to go to battle with. So if you have anything that is pressing, please get that over to us. That will bring up a form, and you'll fill out that form. You can actually add screenshots, and we recommend that you add screenshots if there's anything going on in your countries regarding the integration of CoinZoom and regarding payment, so that people can lock their spots. We please go and fill out that form, add the screenshots.
And that's a new link, right, Troy? So just, it's a newer link,
yes.
But it's dedicated for you, and it's the fastest way to be able to get information there. Obviously, we're going to be reaching out and talking, but the best way to get support and to get any challenges resolved is to go there first, submit it, screenshots, all the intel you can pile together, and just know that there's a dedicated team that's going to be working around the clock to get things done for you. And obviously, if for whatever reason it's been a long time, a day or two before you've received anything, you can always hit me personally through a DM or David Hartung personally. In these early days, obviously that's not scalable, but we understand the importance of where we are at a moment in time. And so Troy is also open as well, right? I'm volunteer you, Troy, but I know you're there. So we're all in this together, in other words. So our objective is to solve challenges and to make things easier for you to be able to do what you do best.
Yes, absolutely. And we know you're the best of the best. And so we're excited to be working with you. We're excited that this lock period has started. We have 30 days. There's no stress involved. We will get through any issues in your countries. An update on CoinZoom for New York and Hawaii. New York is and Larry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I think this came from you. New York is a couple of weeks away from getting the license. And Hawaii is going to be a little bit longer. So we're going to come up with a solution for that. And the people that are in Hawaii, we will get to you. We'll do a search and make sure that you get a personal message from us, a personal email from us regarding how you can lock your spot from Hawaii. We are open in 31 countries. And we have that list posted in the groups. So get into the Telegram channel and see the countries that we are officially open in and able to receive payments from. I want to make clear and kind of level set expectations here. We are able to receive payments and lock your spot in all 31 countries. There's going to be a separate list that I post as quickly as possible by Monday at the latest, of countries that we will be shipping to, that we actually have been approved and will be able to ship to. It's a little bit of a different list. For example, Canada and Mexico, we're going to ship to them as quickly as possible, but there's some regulatory things that we have to go through for Canada and Mexico. And that is to be determined on when we can ship product. We think it will be right along with everybody else, but we can't commit to that. So we're going to post a separate list to set expectations properly of the countries that we can ship to. And that will be posted as fast as we can post it. We do have a new MyMetaShop.com website coming. It's very exciting. It's going to be more of a shopping experience. We're going to add some new tabs in. We're going to, and I get a lot of questions because I'm in charge of translations. Language is my background, and I've done this for a lot of large companies. And a lot of people are saying, "Hey, when are we going to get the website in our language?" Well, the reason we have put that off, again, we're in alpha, because we knew that this new version of the website was coming. We're working on it, diligently right now. As soon as it is released and live and out there in English, it will be my job to get that in all the languages, all the countries' languages that we are open in. So just be patient with that, because that's, coming, and we're very, very hyper aware of that. And we just want to make this the best experience possible for you and for your teams. The other thing we have is some new tools coming. So one is a PDF on how to, it's a PDF on how to lock your spot. So it's going to be a step-by-step, super simple. If you already have a CoinZoom account, do this in this order. If you don't have a CoinZoom account, do this in this order, and try to make that as simple as possible. But not only are we going to do that, but David Hartung and I on Monday are shooting a tutorial video that will be a screen cap of us actually doing the process. We're going to do it together, so I can interject from the field perspective, things that you may be thinking, or maybe things that are specific to your countries. So that will be out on Monday, by the end of the day on Monday. So you'll have a hard copy PDF that you can send out, but also a tutorial video that you can send out to your people, so that it'll make locking their spots a lot more simple. A lot of people, they have fat fingers, and they don't remember things or don't do things properly. We just want to make it super clear. There's sometimes you just click the wrong button, and so that's coming. We also, I've shifted gears, last week we shifted gears on the webinars, the live webinars, and we did it 4 times on Thursday. I had a ton of people in the leadership mastermind yesterday say, hey, we need more than one a week. I totally agree. Everybody agreed. So we're going to go back to the daily webinar schedule. Now, if there's, we're doing 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that's 9 p.m. UTC. If you have a different time zone, please send me directly. I know we have different markets, and obviously if we're in 31 countries, I think that covers us, but we may, shift it on different days to different times so that different people can tune in. I would love to get feedback from you, the captains of the team, of, what's good for you? What's a better time than what we're doing now? And we can integrate that in, and based on your feedback, we can make a change in the schedule. But I'd like to publish that schedule on Monday for the entire week. We are shifting as well as to the plug and play model. So I will be live hosting those webinars and doing the follow-up and the coming back on at the end, but we're going to be playing the recorded webinars. And again, we're going to have several versions of those, and we're going to rotate those and play the different ones on different days, so that we look professional to your people, so that we are getting the proper message. We do have leaders that we're going to go through a certification process with Cheryl, and that they will be doing their version of the presentation. It's always good to have tons of different voices. We know that, but we also have to be very careful, because we're not a physical product, a health and beauty product company. We have to be very careful in what we say, and our message has to be loud and clear. And there's certain things we can't say. And so we want to make sure that that is, loud and clear, to protect not only you and your customers and your teams, but to protect us as a company, so that we can be around for 10, 20, 30 years and not have legal problems because we said the wrong thing. So just have that in mind. That's what we're going to be doing. The webinars, we've got a really smooth system now. We're going to start sharing those in Facebook and YouTube and Telegram, along with the Zoom. So you'll have multiple channels to push people to. That's all coming. So we're super excited about that. I just wanted to tee Larry up. Larry's been working nonstop. I know we've all been putting in 18-hour days plus. And Larry's, I don't think Larry ever sleeps. Chris, I know, doesn't sleep. The guy gets up at 4 in the morning, and I'm getting text messages at 4 in the morning from Chris. So this is this team is in your corner. We're here. We're locking arms with you. The good news is you're here first, and the bad news is you're here first. So
let's do this right now, Troy. By the way, thank you so much. Outstanding job as always. Want to kind of hit this before we go into that, Larry. I'm going to hand this off to Larry to kind of explain exactly what the step-by-step process is. A PDF and tutorial, as Troy indicated earlier, is coming, and it'll be up as fast as we can get it up in the next couple of days. But in the meantime, Larry's going to go through, what to expect, what to look at, and some of the things he's done just recently to make it very simple. So with that, Mr. Larry Beck.
Thanks, Josh and Troy. I'll step through this stuff with you guys. Hopefully it will be pretty simple. First thing I want to, just go through, there's 2 pieces to this. I know that on the CoinZoom side, a lot of questions on that. I don't want to get into that, but I do want to suggest that, again, that anybody that doesn't already have a setup, KYC, done everything with CoinZoom, definitely needs to go to the coinzoom.mymetacloud.com. Make sure they, whatever email their address they're wanting to set up with, validate, make sure they don't have some CoinZoom account they forgot about, and go through this screen and set up their CoinZoom if they're brand new to CoinZoom. This process, by doing it here instead of at the end of the checkout and the upgrade process, will save a whole lot of anxiety and friction, especially people have got different internet connections, things drop out, things happen, right? You accidentally close your browser and all of a sudden everything's gone. If they go through this CoinZoom, create an account, if they're brand new to CoinZoom, use this link, use this process here, go through that, get all that set up before you even try to upgrade. I think people will, solve a lot of their issues. Just with the direct getting everything going on CoinZoom. So I just wanted to throw that out before we got going again. But I'm going to take everybody through what this will look like. And you can go to your replicated website if you want to. The Secure Your Spot is for brand new people that didn't get signed up during the last couple of weeks. If you just go here, last night I added this DMP login button here up under the Secure Your Spot. I know that may seem a little confusing on terminology. Maybe we need to think about that, Troy, but we can talk about that later. But here's an easy way for you to get to your login. Anybody that's already in our system from before, you just need to go to your login and you'll be taken to the login page, and we'll use Mr. Angel's info. And what will happen is when you log into your back office, you're going to see this pop-up screen. Everything else will be grayed out. And until you lock your spot, it will stay that way. So essentially all you do is log in, you get this screen. We'll go into lock your spot. It'll automatically add the admin fee and everything to your card here. So you go in here and you pick what country you're currently living in. And then it will pull up any information that you may have already entered into your Meta back office here. After you enter all your basic shipping, addresses, phone number, email address, if all that isn't in there, then you'll also come down here and answer a question about how many metaZEROs are you planning to order for personal use. Defaults at 0 because you don't have to buy any to be a DMP, but you come in here and select however many you want. I think you're going to order. There's a little pricing grid down here, so the individual can see, what does that entail to make sure they understand what those potential costs are going to be when they order. Then we're going to go ahead and continue. Here's the annual fee. It's already pre-selected for you during this process. Just click continue as well. And then you get a summary of your cart here, $99, terms and conditions. You've got to scroll all the way down to the bottom as the directions in that little aqua bar tell you to. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You're supposed to read all of that, of course. Agree to the terms. And then at this point, you're taken to the CoinZoom. So if you've already got CoinZoom set up, like I said, I highly suggest that everybody make sure everybody's done that through the other link, the coinzoom.mymetacloud.com link, and do that ahead of time. You get here at this point, you click on Pay with My Zoom Me. You put in your Zoom Me handle. You'll do a check here. So at this point, yeah, once you get your Zoom Me handle in here, you've already got your CoinZoom account. You could scan this QR code with your phone. It should automatically open up your CoinZoom app on your phone, and you could go through that process if you're more comfortable using your phone in CoinZoom, or you've got a link here to sign in on the browser. And you could come in here, log in. So, and then you log into your account. If you had crypto in here and had available balances that were in your spending wallet, you would be able to select whichever ones that was, including USD or any cryptos that you may have in your wallet on CoinZoom. At this point, if you didn't have any money in here, or you didn't have any that you wanted to pull out of your earned wallets, you could go right here and go ahead and do a direct debit card deposit, and go ahead and put in your information. It will pop up and ask you for your card number and all of that, and the amount. Just make sure too, anyone understands that, there is a fee, the 2.99% to pull that money off of there. So if they're putting anything on there, it definitely needs to be more than $99, right? Or they're going to wind up with not enough money in their CoinZoom account after the fee's taken off for making the deposit with the debit card. And the same thing with crypto. There is a fee once it gets moved in and converted into USD. And that's different for each one of those. So there's no way I can cover that now. But you all, they need to be putting in, some more to cover any of the fees to convert anything and transaction costs, so they'll have enough left over for the $99. And they could do the same thing with crypto. I mean, I could go here and click on this and send myself ADA or Bitcoin or something from another wallet into CoinZoom, and then go ahead and make the payment. Once you do that, and you select whatever your form of payment out of CoinZoom that you want to use to cover the $99, and there's a pay now button that pops up here in the top left corner of this screen, and then it just goes through it, processes the order processes in our system, and then it'll return you back to another screen that will show you your order confirmation number, and also what your DMP number is, just for confirmation. And then at that point, once you go back over to your back office, you'll be back in there normal. That grayed out screen and that pop-up will be removed, and you'll be back in there able to navigate around and see all the different pieces of that. So, and that's pretty much it, Troy. Any questions on that?
I have one, Larry.
Yes, sir.
So, other than Todd Crossland and Ben Crossland, no one's a bigger fan of CoinZoom than I am. But with debit card transactions over the last year and a half of using them and helping hundreds of people get on board of CoinZoom as the on-ramp into the cryptoverse, the debit card transactions require 7 days to clear. Unless it's international, it can take as long as 30 days to clear. And so those funds are not normally, through the CoinZoom interface, are not available immediately. That is not the case with this. Then I'm assuming that we can have someone.
That is correct. And that's why I stressed in the beginning, especially a new person, in making sure that they've already gone through and done all the KYC. Everything that if you use your debit card there, this is what I did when I tested the system. I ran through the whole thing live. Same thing there. I had all my money tied up and stuff. So I said, let me just use a new card. If your account is tied to and linked to, which is what that CoinZoom.mymetacloud.com, going through that process for a new person. There's a different process for the folks that already have CoinZoom. I think Josh has reached out to them and should be getting their Zoom Me IDs. But with it being associated with SDK, CoinZoom is working with us, and some of those holds are being waived which would normally be there, which is exactly what you were saying, Jerry. Just for funds, because of fraud and everything on the CoinZoom side, that's risky to pull money off there and then let you just ship it right back out the door to somebody else or to yourself. So,
well, that's great. So they have waived that then for this 99 plus the 2.99%.
The person is associated with, is set up with that, or it's gotten the account moved over, or if you've been in there and got a CoinZoom account that you've had for months and months and already fully gone through the KYC and validation of ID and everything, and are fully verified, then that also should not be the case.
So the only potential hiccup then for a new person coming in, getting signed up, is the delay on the KYC. Once the KYC is done, then they can enroll with us, right?
Well, again, they should be able to do that anyway for the $99 fee, and I've talked to the guys over at CoinZoom. So if they go through that screen that I showed you guys and follow that process and use that path, brand new, get in, they should be have no issues, as they should. I don't want to promise, because there'll be a bump in the road, right, with somebody or something, but they should have no issues being able to get to that screen that I just showed you and do a debit card deposit of something, $500 or less, or $100 or whatever they want to put in there to cover the 99, and go ahead and pay for their DMP admin fee.
And one other key point on the use of debit cards with CoinZoom, you got to make sure the billing address is the same as the address you set up with the CoinZoom. So anybody in Hawaii or New York that's pulling any funny address stuff, and then it comes back time to fund their account, and oops, the debit card billing address is not the same as their CoinZoom address. So that does have to be the same.
Yep.
Hey, maybe that's Jerry, just real quickly, because the Patrick Fine just sent a question in here, say that is, and I've heard this a couple times, so maybe you can help solve this or give a direction for him. He's saying that he's been trying to sign in CoinZoom, but to start with, it wouldn't accept his phone number. Is there certain phone numbers that's not accepting, or maybe is there a trick to that?
Well, I mean, it depends. Yeah, Josh, for the SMS validation, I mean, if they're US-based numbers and things like that, a lot of the European numbers, the only place I've heard that's been a problem on doing SMS, and again, I'm not saying it's everywhere, but perfect, but the only place I've heard and been told by CoinZoom is certain places where they've had attacks on SMS validation and sending numbers, trying to send it through their systems out of certain countries, whether that was in Africa or EMA and different places on those lines. So there shouldn't be any issues, European or US-based numbers for SMS validation.
The CoinZoom support is phenomenal, and that doesn't come from an instance or two. That comes from dozens of instances of using the CoinZoom support. You just have to understand that when you set up a support ticket, it's a separate login than your CoinZoom login. And so it's, I mean.
Yeah, if you could explain that, because that took me a while to understand too, Jerry. But I like you, I've not had any issues with CoinZoom support. They're phenomenal.
I mean, I've literally had a guy on a Sunday evening call me and say, "Hey, can you hop on a Zoom right now?" So, I mean, they're absolutely phenomenal. So, when you file a support ticket with CoinZoom, their customer support is a separate system than the CoinZoom system. There's security reasons for that. So you just need to create a username, which would be your email address, and a password. It could be the same password. I don't use a duplicate password on anything. So for me, and I see Larry, of course, is a big fan of Bitwarden. You should use probably a different password, but just realize you have two CoinZoom logins. You have the CoinZoom login, username and password, and when the time comes, the 2FA authenticator. And then the CoinZoom support is different. So that's a email address and a password. And they're phenomenal. You'll get an autoresponder back to your question, and they'll get back to you. And they'll get back to you by email, but you can also log in to the support website as well. Is that helpful?
Jerry, that's fantastic.
Extremely helpful. Thank you.
Can I encourage you also, some of the terms are new to some people, like a 2FA authenticator. Can you kind of explain that in regular people's language?
So the 2FA authenticator, it's a second party validation that adds an extra level of security. Larry could probably explain a lot better than I can. Just in layman's terms, you're going to use a separate app like Authy is one. Google has an authenticator. Microsoft has one. I don't know if Bitwarden has an authenticator. Do they, Larry?
Yeah, actually they do inside of their paid Bitwarden accounts.
Yeah. So so you'll set that up with your CoinZoom, so that when you go to log in, and then it has a second validator. Well, it asks you for a code that comes from that validator app. And if you just, like anything we can do these days, from Josh with his barbecue to you trying to figure out your authenticator 2FA, just go to YouTube and search on YouTube for, 2FA validator, or, how to set up Google Authenticator, or how to set up Authy, and there'll be a easy to follow video, or a dozen of them, on helping you set that up.
Yeah, and it's just like Jerry said, it's just another layer of security. You'll have to do that on CoinZoom after you log in, not trade, not do anything. When you log in 3 times, they will make you set up 2FA to protect your account. Because it's just another mechanism. So it's not a password. It's not a text, because people can spoof your phone number and get all your text messages, log in, steal all your crypto and things like that. That's why it's a two-factor authentication, which is what 2FA is. And it's an algorithm and encrypted, formulas that have been proven, and they're uncrackable, but it gives you a new code every 30 seconds. And you're the only one that has that set of numbers going on. There's no way to figure out what the next, thing is, except for, they would have to go in and unencrypt all of that. And it's just not possible today, but, it's another level of security. You'll have to do it. We have had a couple of people, I think, we were talking to Julio yesterday, and he had gotten to the point even at checkout that we just went through, and going in with your Zoom information down here, that it said, hey, you've already logged in 3 times now, you need to set up 2FA, and it will even try to make you do that from right here if that applies to you. So that's something else, Troy, I don't know how we'll cover, that you can make a video piece about, but that's also another potential point of friction. I don't like to say that, but so it's a path that somebody may run into, that they've got to deal with. And it's key to make sure that they read what's in this window to understand, what is it asking me for? Is it wanting me to set up 2FA? Is it wanting me to scan that code from my phone to go there and pay? Things like that. There's a couple of different scenarios that may happen, but yeah.
And just keep in mind, the email for CoinZoom support is just support@coinzoom.com. By sending that email to that address, it will automatically create a trouble ticket, and you'll be in the system. And they will do a phenomenal job at taking care of you.
This is where everybody should go. Just fill out your name, your DMP ID if you already know what it is. It's not required. Your email, put in your questions or anything here, any pertinent information. And then that'll go in the back end. It'll go to different people on the team here at SDK, so that they'll know what's going on, what you're experiencing.
Thank you for clarifying, Larry. Again, questions.mymetacloud.com, questions.mymetacloud.com. Anything, doesn't have to be the CoinZoom stuff. Anything that questions, comments, challenges you're having, please. We need the input, the feedback, to make all of our experiences better. And with that, Josh, did you want to go over the contest? What I did was I republished the contest that you explained last week into the groups and into the Telegram channel. It's also pinned in the Telegram channel. You can see a detailed overview of that. But if you want to quickly go over that, that'd be awesome.
Here's where I want to go. Number one, as Larry, the leaderboard as far as reflecting GMP conversions, is that up and running?
Yes, Josh. That is in the back office showing the conversions.
Excellent. And okay, because I know we said we were going to do one from Wednesday to Saturday. I don't think that there's a minimum of 12. And so I know there was challenges, and we're going through all that stuff. So we're gonna. It starts from Saturday through Friday. So it starts basically at 12:01 a.m. Saturday, runs till midnight on Friday. Now this is Pacific Standard Time, so we're clear that that's the time zone, and that's the run. So you have the ability to run from week to week, and from the calendar month. And here's what is at stake. We've got some phones, and I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off or not, but I know that Troy talked to me earlier about etching, 001, 002, because we have 100. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have 100. We've got an allocation of these phones that we can use. They're not for resale. You can't buy them, but the good news is you can earn them through productivity. And the way that's going to work is from week to week, we're going to be monitoring the leaderboard. All of us are going to be driving and talking to everyone and getting people to be obviously DMPs right now for 99. Now, a lot of us already had, like for example, Wooter was #1 on the leaderboard with I think 700 or some crazy number of personal enrollments. And Wooter, forgive me if I'm cutting you short. That was the last number I remember, was like 680 something. But I think you ended up with more than that. However, that was people who came in and were holding a spot with, in anticipation of the application being open. Now that we know it is, we've changed the leaderboard to reflect not enrollments on the free site, but of DMPs. And so,
Josh, the leaderboard is on the screen. Larry shared his screen, and the leaderboard's on the screen. Avika made it, so she's going to get a phone.
Oh, we do. We do have someone who hit. All right. Well, Avika won. So we do have one winner for this last week. I'm not going to in there. So bingo, Avika has won. And can we make sure that we want to make sure the timestamp's right on that it didn't come in today because it's Saturday through there. But so Avika has won himself one of the first metaZEROs that's off the assembly. In fact, we're going to have our hands on it this week, and we'll be able to get that out. So Avika, if someone can reach out to him, get his mailing address so we can get him out a phone, that'd be great. And you have an opportunity to earn a phone. Now, all you got to do is be in the top 3. In the top 3 week by week, or in the top 3 of the month. So there's several opportunities to be able to earn your phone, one of these early phones. 12 is the minimum. You got to have 12 and to even be considered. And then it's the top 3 of whoever has the most that particular week or that particular month. Okay. Now, what if there's a tie? How do we deal with that? Simply by our timestamp. So if there is 2 people, for example, that have 20, or 3 people, all 3 people have 20, or 4 people have 20, how do you figure that out? Whoever did it first, based on a timestamp, the good news is you can see when that happened, that will be the tiebreaker. So if you're seeing someone on the leaderboard with the same number as you, and you're above 12, well, you better get one in quick, because that's going to be the defining factor is the last one time stamped. So we have an opportunity every week to be able to earn through our production one of these early devices. And this is really exciting. Obviously, the leadership team is going to have them, the corporate staff, so we'll have people that we can start using this right away. These phones will be in our hand this coming week, so we'll be able to get them out within a few days. And the good news is it comes with a box, so they won't be branded. We didn't have the time to be able to run the branding on the box, but the box will come, the accessories, the phone. So it's going to be something pretty special, and obviously giving you a massive competitive advantage in the marketplace by having one yourself. So do all you can, get into the top 3 this week. We have one winner already, Vika. Congratulations. We'll make sure we get that phone out this week. And again, 12 is the minimum. We do have this on PDF as far as I understand it, right, Troy? We have the basic terms and conditions and rules and all that, right?
Yes, we do. We do have a PDF, and I'll post that in the Telegram channel as well.
I want to ask, to be most fair, the monthly ones, if someone wins the month, wouldn't that be, if someone's won on a week basis, obviously, the monthly winners, you want to diversify, so that you have chances.
Yeah,
some people have a chance.
The monthly and the weekly will be different. So
now
someone can win 2 weeks in a row, that's fine, but the monthly one won't be a weekly one because they're 2 different things. So, if someone happens to be the overall month, we're going to deduct that to find the person who has not yet won. So but you can win 2 weeks. You win 2 weeks, you win 2 weeks. You win 3 weeks, you win 3 weeks. I mean, we're not going to limit that on the weekly basis because that person may want to, not win, but earn a phone for someone else or whatever. I don't think that that's an issue. But you're right, Angel, for the monthly, we can deduct all the weekly winners, and that way someone still has a shot at getting the monthly, because we want everyone to have a shot at getting it.
That's excellent. So detailed contest explanation from last week. We've recorded it. We've pinned it on the channel. I just reposted it in the group and the channel. If you have any questions, that will answer the exact details and rules. And then I will post a PDF with a written version of the rules and the contest requirements. And we're at the top of the hour. Josh,
we are fast. Hey guys, and I just want to make sure I address this because I know it's going to be asked of why someone can win 2. Why is that fair? You never want to slow down your fastest horse. Okay, someone's running. The last thing I want to do is take away an incentive because they're so good. If someone's awesome and they're crushing it, man, I want to keep feeding that. And the question is, if you want to be that person, then step up and be that person. Okay, don't. And no one on this training obviously is like that. But there are people that you'll run into that will operate under that mindset, and it's really a mindset that does not serve their interest. The mindset that is best is, all right, how do I step up my game? How do I be the best this week? And then just running as hard as you can. That's how you do it. That's how you become a champion. That's how you rise up and become the person who is the one everyone's talking about, because you're not focused on that. You're focused on accomplishing the goal. You're reaching forward and pressing and pushing yourself every day. Now, I got a question here. It says, how do I pay my $99 enrollment? I apologize. Well, look, it will be up. There is some. I thought there was something we could post here. You go to the enroll button, go to log in. There should be a big purple button right there. As you log in with the username and password you created during your free enrollment, and you can just go through, follow that process of registering that way. We'll post this up within. Do you think, Troy, we can get it up here in the next maybe couple hours? We don't need to edit it. Just get it up there so people can use it, or maybe we can chop off just the tutorial that Larry went through. Is that possible?
As fast as we can, we'll do that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That way, we'll have something. As soon as we have it, we'll post a link there so you can go in there and follow it.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, it's been a productive Saturday. I think we've gotten a lot of things, a lot of updates. Congratulations to Avika. Super excited, and we're every day we make. David he sits next to me and he says, "Always be moving forward." So we're moving forward every day. We've got new tools coming out every single day. Stay tuned to the Telegram channel. That's your place to get all of the latest, greatest information and tools.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Larry. Thanks, Jerry, as always, for your tremendous contribution. Angel Lee, Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you to all the incredible leaders that are making this company great. You guys are phenomenal. I appreciate you tremendously, and I'm looking forward to what's to come, because the best is truly on the horizon, and we're going to get there together. So it's going to be a big week ahead. Let's see who decides to step up and be on the leaderboard this week. Take advantage of the support. Take advantage of the team that is behind you to help you accomplish your goals. And we'll look forward to a very successful and productive week. God bless.
Awesome.